My name's Cannonball and I play guitar in Kudzu.
I'm Vincent. I'm the second guitarist in Kudzu.
I'm Joshua and I play drums.
And I'm Logan and I play the bass.
So, a little background about ourselves. Alright, you can start that, Logan. What do you do?
Well, I mean, they've kind of been playing like kind of together for like a while, but I only like joined them like 2 years ago.
So like we started playing music probably in like 6th grade. Like we were just like playing music for like a while, like forever, just like going over to each other's houses and like jamming and shit. But like basically like we've been saying like each time we're like, man, we actually need to start a band, like be serious about it and be serious about it. And then I would say like 2023 we got serious and then my ass left.
Yeah.
And then it was just them three.
Yeah. Right as we got Logan on bass and kicked out the other guy, you dipped, left us alone.
Fucking left.
We had a whole summer of just sweating in the garage, trying to cover songs and just get better playing all around while teaching Logan.
Yeah, we had to build Logan like as a ground up bassist. And
we basically just dumped the bass in his hand. We're just like, yeah, you're gonna learn bass now.
We kind of peer pressured him.
It wasn't really peer pressure. I was into it.
And none of us were even close to being singers at all. And Logan and I we'd get in the garage with the lights out and sing over super loud guitar so we couldn't really hear each other because we were too bad and too scared to.
Yeah.
And then I started singing like months later after that. It was way harder for me to start singing.
And then like, yeah. So
He sings Creep by
my
Rainbow.
point of view, so so basically, like they played like a show, and I saw them, and I was just like, you know what? Let's give this thing another shot. So I joined back, and then we started locking in more, and then we had the 1L show, and then we went to an arc where we didn't do anything for months, and then we like came out, and we've been doing shows like constantly, like ever since. So it became a W.
We started playing live really with Treaty, because no one wanted to book us anywhere. We had no music out. We were like a bunch of 16-year-olds, and so
Being blessed by Noah Zychek to come out to
yeah, Sostober.
Shout out Sostober, bro.
It gets people out there when they want to play, and that's how we started.
And just like ever since, it's just gotten bigger and bigger. So it's really sick to see. It's always very fun. It's cool to see like every single time. There's more people that like I don't recognize, and it's always a lot of fun. Especially like with the thing we did November 1st with like the Treaty thing. There was literally so many people there. Like it like totally blew us away. It was so sick to see that it got big enough that like Hit Surf Shop was sponsoring it and shit. And just like having all those people out there for something that we all organize, it's like a really good feeling. So it was really fun.
Yeah, Treaty was kind of our lifeline. Like before, we barely got any shows, and then I guess after Treaty a couple of times, and Nobby's finally let us in. Well, Nobby's, we only really got that tape to go to Nobby's was from my music teacher Pat. He kind of helped us to get our first show right before Treaty. It was just at a small venue at a veterans place, but it was
Kudzu, I don't even know.
It was just dipping our toes in the water.
Yeah.
Before getting in the Treaty.
But yeah, a lot of the followers that we've gained, I feel like it wouldn't be without Noah. Cause like the Treaty show. Yeah, we're doing an interview.
Are you guys doing an interview right now?
Yeah.
Well, I do booking. Want to give me info real quick?
Oh yeah.
Wait, get rolling.
So when it came to writing songs, I wrote a few songs, about 3 so far for the band, I believe, and it started with influences, I guess, from like 70s soft rock, but I quickly changed into more of like 90s, all thanks to like what they listened to, a lot of stuff from the 90s, and my music changed too. One of the songs I had was Pick It. It took on a more form of something, I guess, like written by like, I don't know, Rage Against the Machine, but also kind of slant sounding in a way. But I also had another song called Fat Cigar, which we just randomly named shit in the band.
Oh yeah, I'm like the namer of songs.
None of it made sense, but yeah, it quickly changed from just like I would consider just boring 70s stuff, soft rock, and then just changed out real quick. But there's still like way more stuff that we were influenced by. Like, what else you guys got?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of like specifically like Fat Cigar, like your songs. I feel like a lot of them are pretty like Alice in Chains like sounding.
That's definitely, especially when we were really heavy into practicing. Like I would say, especially me and Joshua, we got like really into Alice in Chains. So like that whole style is just like something that really influences our music. Same thing with like Spiderland by Slint, like stuff like that. It's just like different. I don't like. Like we play stuff, I don't like it because like within like a lot of bands like you hear it's kind of the same chord progressions and shit, and I just like doing like weird and crazy shit that makes people be like, what the fuck are they doing, kind of thing. So I think that's like what makes it fun, especially like when we play like Bag of La Vida live and we have the whole intro with like all the crazy like speaking word shit, which like stuff like that just makes fun and like refreshing in my opinion.
Yeah, spoken word kind of got like a big part of some of our music not too long ago. That mainly came from like me and Logan. Just I don't know, just being really into like poetry and like beat poets and stuff. Getting into that a while ago. So in some of our songs, mainly Baga La Vida, there's a big spoken word element. And even back to naming songs, like that just comes from a mispronunciation of a book title.
Yeah.
And there's Garden Gnome. Fat Cigar.
That's what I wanted to talk about too. And like also just like with our songs, like our set lists and like the way they work can be funny because like earlier we were mentioning Bad Man. Bad Man was like literally the first song we ever wrote as a band, and it's like stuck around till now. Like even though we play usually when our set list we have like a same group of songs we always play, there's been like at least like fucking 8 songs that we played are full and they're just like in the vault and then it's just been sitting. There's a song called Garden Gnome that we literally played one time and we haven't brought it back, but it's
but we're gonna bring it
back. We're gonna bring it back. That song is tough. It's really tough. And it's more just like stuff that I feel like we need to rework. Like we had the second song we ever made was the song me and Logan first started like in his garage and we kind of just went off of it. It was low-key kind of shit, I'm not gonna lie. So we don't know about that. It's more just like we like getting everything together and kind of just knocking down like which ones we want. And obviously there's still a few that stick out. Like the ones that are always the most fun to play is like Fat Cigar, Bag of La Vida, just because like that's where everything just goes fucking crazy.
Yeah, talking about Garden Gnome, you wrote a song called Birdcage, and it's kind of heading in that direction where we played it once and it's just not being pulled out again.
Yeah, we played it.
We're gonna rework it.
We're gonna bring it back. Yeah. No, it's definitely stuff like that will return, dude. And like it's just like on the whole topic of just like making different shit that just like isn't normal, because like I think that's what makes music fun, is because you can just have your own perspective on everything.
Yeah, and kind of going back into Batman, I'm surprised it stayed around for so long, considering how we want to like write our songs more complex compared to just simple stuff. And then there's Batman, which is just a very simplistic song.
Because what happened with Batman is when we like wrote it, I would say our songwriting has definitely gotten a lot more creative and a lot more complex, because when we wrote it, it's a very simple song and it got to the point where we just got very bored of it. So about like a month ago we added this whole new section to it, and I would say it definitely made the song a lot more refreshing and like replayable.
Even when we first started playing it, it was literally there was an extra verse and an extra chorus.
There's an extra verse and extra chorus.
Yeah. So
and then
that made it even worse.
Ohio.
We don't even talk about Ohio. but
So wait, who started that idea for Ohio?
We're not talking.
We're not fucking talking about Ohio. It was a bad song. So
It was just a boring mess of improv.
we a few months ago we went and recorded like three songs. We recorded 3 songs just like to test the waters, because like we're having a chance to like make one album and make it as perfect as possible, like to live up to like everything like that we really wanted. And we got these back, and the mix on it was just absolutely shit, and we just didn't like it, and we felt like we don't want to put all this time and effort into like this one thing that we're building up, and then like what we get out of it just like isn't there. So like we honestly got rid of the singles that we're gonna re-record, and honestly some of the songs that we recorded we're not even gonna record anymore, because we just written better ones now. Like just talking about like getting better at songwriting stuff. We've already been talking about like the album track list and how like everything's going to work. We've been planning everything out, like where we want to go and when we like want to do it. It's just all the matter of what we were like thinking about is if we want to go in and record half of it first, because we don't know if there's going to be songs that we really like that are going to come later after we record that, and then we're going to want those on because we want to have like a good set list. So we don't know if we want to do that or just like record it like of all one shot, but we have been discussing it, and it is gonna happen. It's just still a little bit far away, but it's on the horizon.
So we did record some singles like Ken said, though I didn't feel like, for me personally, I didn't feel like it was enough experience to understand like how a recording studio really works. So it's going to be interesting going into like just a recording studio up in Jacksonville or something and trying to record stuff. I know we want to put a lot of effort into songs such as like Bag of La Vida. That would take a while to just perfect to what we want it to be.
It's all about time. Is the main thing.
Yeah, time and stuff. And
we just want to make the craziest shit of all time. Just like literally do the craziest, like most insane shit. Do as many like different things with it as possible. Just make it like the ultimate album ever. So that's why we're just taking so much time on it, and we haven't been like speaking about it at all.
Yeah, drop one album right before we graduate from high school and go off on our separate ways, kind of.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad we haven't like really like released or like dropped anything yet, because it definitely like gives us time to still like work on stuff that we need to work on and just kind of like get better, because like stuff like Ohio, like we were originally planning on putting that on an album.
My God.
But like the more we play and the more we write new stuff, we realize that like like these songs that we've been playing, like there's better songs for us to do.
Yeah, it's like at the time you think like when you wrote it before that it was just like this great thing, but like I think we've just gotten so much better, especially as a band. It's like so much tighter to the point now, like the shit we write and then we want to put it together, it's a lot more creative, and just like that definitely fits our vibe. I've noticed, like I was speaking to Joshua about this, the more songs we write and start to put it together, not only do I see kind of a cohesive album, but then I also see like our own cohesive style in a way, like where like it's like an evil ass mess of everything, but it's like always really fun. That's why we just want to make sure this shit is as perfect as possible. We don't know like exactly when, but all I'm gonna say is definitely gonna come out sometime next year. So I would say like in the first quarter too, right? It'd definitely be first quarter of next year is definitely when we're aiming for the album.
We may even be in the studio before
I feel like
end of this
Kanye
year.
right now.
Yeah, maybe somewhere.
Yeah, so that's where we're trying to be. We've been talking about trying to get in the studio in December or like even early January, getting everything recorded, and that's all I can really say is like first quarter of like next year, dude. It's like,
Every dollar we've ever made from this has just
we
gone.
put all the money into the album shit.
It's just all gone towards the album, and that is really like the main goal of this band, is to just make this one album that we're like just kind of hammer it until there's nothing else we could think to make it any better.
And just plan the craziest shit for it. We're definitely got to play some crazy ass show, like release party kind of thing would be so sick. Yeah, so we just haven't been speaking about it, but it's gonna happen. It's coming slowly but surely. But we've definitely been like planning it. We talk about it like every single day. So
kind of sidetracked in here talking about the money. We've only spent our money on our little mascot that we keep breaking.
I should have brought Gooch.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We either spent it
because they don't know the.
I got a
Gooch
mini
lore.
Gooch in my car.
Wait, they don't know Gooch lore. Bro,
We can't explain all the Gooch. You don't know you don't realize how much
It dates
Gooch
back
lore.
way longer than you think.
Okay, but like.
Okay, anyways, we have a mascot called Gooch, and
we broke that shit like 5 times now. We
The
keep buying new
little
ones.
green shit that sits on his drum set isn't just there just to be there.
He's not little.
He has importance. He has importance. He's been around for multiple years, and his name's Gooch, and he's the Kudzu mascot.
Yeah, but besides buying out Gooch, all of it just goes towards the album. So Gooch gets a special shout out here.
Hold on. Keep talking. I'm gonna pull the picture of it.
But I mean like not only like Gooch, because I remember like whenever like we first like the first like show we did like without like Canon, like was like a talent show at our school, and we made like $75 from that, and we just put all that into buying a PA. That's like
That
what
got replaced in weeks.
that we replaced in weeks, so it was basically a waste of all that money. But
Before we had that money for the PA, I remember just being in the garage, us three, just trying as hard as we could to scream over our instruments enough to hear each other.
yeah,
It was rough.
it was pretty rough. Make sure to follow us at Kudzu_band, because
Kudzu_band.
Yeah, because we got you know, more shows coming up, obviously, and we're gonna keep on trying to play more shows and play with more cool local people.
Yes. Follow us and check us out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kudzu on 3. 1, 2, 3. Kudzu.